Hello.
Greetings. Happy anniversary.
Hey, thank you. Cheers. Say that again. I'm getting some staticky when you speak. Try that again, Joe. One more time.
Post about your anniversary on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful pictures. You were a gorgeous bride.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we wanted a winter wedding for the pretty. We were hoping for snow, and because we found out it would be less expensive to get vendors, in the off season. But boy, did we get snow. It was a blizzard the day that we got married. So our guests were less excited than we were, but they all made it. So yeah.
That was 8 years ago, right?
8 years ago. Yeah.
And 8 years ago, we celebrated 50.
Wow. Incredible.
But not on this date.
Right. Yeah.
No, ours was Christmas Eve in August.
Christmas Eve in August?
The 24th.
Oh, okay. I got you. Nice.
That's the way to get him to remember it.
There you go. I like that. Well, I saw Cynthia has already been active on Facebook and said she's not sure she's going to be able to sign on, but she says hello. And I just want to give a warning. I think that will be okay, but my internet, so I'm working at home today. My internet went out about 20 minutes ago and it's back on. But in case we all get booted off, we can blame my connection. So just a heads up. If that happens, I'll try to get back on right away. But hopefully it'll be a non-issue.
One never knows.
One never knows. It's unpredictable. And there's nothing I can do about it. So, yeah.
Well, you can see the outside of the prayer concern for Paul.
Yes, Paul, how are you feeling? How's your healing coming along?
Well, Joe can tell you more about how the healing's coming along than I can.
No, I have to change the bandage every day.
Okay.
And I think it's coming along. It's kind of ugly and it's seeped so that there is dried blood around, which I think they didn't want to have happen, but what happens under the bandage, who knows? And the instruction was to put Vaseline on it to keep it moist, which we've been doing. But I think it's seeped around the edges. And but from what I can tell, it looks like things are look like they're healing. It doesn't look like anything's coming apart and whatever.
Good.
And when they did it, they wanted him to come back next week on Monday, the 10th, to have his stitches taken out. Well, that's the day of my knee surgery. So I'm doing knee surgery on Monday unless the whole place shuts down between now and then. And the nurse, when she said for him to come in on Monday, she said, well, take your wife to the hospital, stay with her until they roll her away to do the surgery, then hop in your car and come here and we'll take out your stitches.
Sure, no big deal.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't really excited about his going by himself for that. But as it turns out, our Bolivian daughter, who is here in the States visiting her older daughter in Carlinville, she's coming on the train tomorrow and she'll be with us. She flies back 3 weeks from today. So she'll be with us for 3 weeks, which is going to be very helpful, but she'll be able to go with him when he gets his stitches out.
Okay. And
So
that will happen. That will happen on Monday then? Both will happen on Monday.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we trust.
We hope so.
Right. Okay.
So no, we've had 2 cancellations with rescheduling of medical appointments that I am required to have prior to the surgery. We accomplished one, and both of them because the provider was not feeling well. So I saw the cardiologist yesterday. It was supposed to have been last week, but I saw him yesterday and he said, you're good to go.
Okay.
And then I was supposed to meet this morning with the surgeon's assistant for basically last minute instructions and whatever. We had our coats on to walk out the door when the phone rang and it was saying, she's sick, don't come today. When can we reschedule? So I'm rescheduled for Thursday afternoon and we keep our fingers crossed.
Okay. Okay.
So, try not to be stressed over it, but, and then we learned this afternoon that our son in Oak Park wasn't feeling well this morning and went for a COVID test and he's positive.
Oh dear.
So that's why our daughter is coming here, because she was scheduled to go there.
She was going to go into Oak Park and visit with her brother and his family for 2 or 3 days, but that all got shifted around. So she'll come up to Chicago on the train tomorrow, getting there around noon. And then we've hatched the plan that she'll move from Union Station to Ogilvy and take the train out to Oak Park, where we will pick her up and we will drive past their house to pick up the rest of her luggage that she left there when she went to Carlinville. So it's a little bit of a convoluted story. But anyway, that's the way it's going.
Now you said your son got tested because he wasn't feeling well. What are his symptoms? How's he doing? Is it mild, I hope?
I really don't know much. I know only from the daughter who is in Carlinville with her daughter. She called us this afternoon to say, here's the heads up. We've got to make a new plan.
Okay.
And she just reported to us that he wasn't feeling this morning, decided he should go and get tested. And he tested, I guess he went home and he learned that he tested positive.
Okay.
My daughter was communicating with his wife, who is trying to stay on track and get some work done because she's employed. I'm sure she's working from home, but the interruption with the whole rescheduling and figuring it all out, we have not pestered her anymore for updates, though I expect I'm going to call her later this evening to see.
Okay.
Of course, she's got 2 kids to deal with too, and homework and all that stuff. So I'll get in touch with her later this evening.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, the plate is getting full.
Yes. And has been full. Goodness.
Well, Paul has had one heck of a set of medical adventures in the last 6 months. And I've been there
For the last year and a half.
adventuring with him and doing what I can to take care of him and help him along the way. So it's been, he's saying a year and a half because it was August of 2020 when he had his open heart surgery. So he had open heart, and then we got through to the end of June, and that's when
After cataract surgery.
Oh yes, the cataract surgery.
She can't even remember them all.
I was saying that after that, by the end of this year, Paul has collected enough medical cards to open a Rolodex.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, there's a lot to be thankful for. We've had good care in every aspect. We've had excellent care.
Yes.
And he has done well with all of them. Come through them all.
And thankfully, we have very good health insurance. So
good.
That's another thing to be grateful for. We do. Paul was a government employee, so we have government health care, health insurance, and that's essentially cream of the crop. So we're very fortunate to have access to that.
Yeah, good.
So.
But I'm feeling pretty good for the most part. I went out for a short walk this afternoon, of which I figure since we've decided we're going to pretty much start isolating again as much as we possibly can,
Yeah,
I need to start getting out and getting some walks in for some exercise.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, we decided on Christmas Day that we weren't going to protect both of us, protecting my surgery. We decided no more church, no more restaurants, no more anything, except we've got to do the medical appointments. And yes, we've got to get to the grocery store, but
Yep.
that's it.
Yep.
No
Yeah.
more rec center for classes and exercise and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're back home.
Back home.
Fortunately, we're good friends. We can make it.
There you go. Oh, dear. Well, you both look great, and it's good to see you and hear from you. I've got a few updates from around the church. Cynthia just said she's got to go on Facebook, but she also said that she will be praying for you both. So our gratitude to Cynthia. So a few things. At first, I want to update you and via this Zoom kind of update the church that the Fistlers are doing well. They're all healing and are actually just at the, I can't remember if like their quarantine is officially done or it's almost officially done, but they're doing fine. Everybody had mild symptoms, so they're okay, and we will be seeing them again very shortly.
So did they all have it?
I know that 3 of them did, and they just never tested the 4th. So I don't know. Yeah, hard to say, but yeah.
Well, I was thinking about them today and wondering how things were.
Yeah. They seem to be doing pretty well. I think that it was a hard shock to have that happen on Christmas Eve, and to miss church and family and a number of other things. And so
Absolutely.
yeah, so they had Eric was saying that today they had some really snuggly weeks and really enjoyed each other's company, but that there's just a lot of sadness there too, that's when it happened. So, but very grateful to be able to share with you that they're okay, and it looks like they just will be okay. So excellent news there. Yesterday evening, we had Stephen Ministry. The Stephen Ministers were all together, and we do prayer requests at the beginning of all of our Stephen Ministry sessions. And it seemed like a lot of folks had COVID positive friends and family to ask prayers for, kind of like you, Joe and Paul. So just an awareness that, we're certainly going to pray for your son. But that this is just kind of a moment where it's hitting close to home for a lot of folks that it hasn't hit just yet. And so just lots of prayers there. I don't think we need to list all of the folks, but just so you know that that's going on. Jean Schreiber's husband, Marty, we sent out an email today. Marty did die of COVID pneumonia, and that happened really quickly. So please pray for Jean and the shock and the grief of this moment. It's just awful. And she is, I think she's doing as well as anybody can be, but I would say that, notes and cards would certainly be appreciated, especially while she continues to quarantine. She had COVID, she has reached the end of her quarantine period, but not surprisingly, Jean wants to play things really safe with risk mitigation. So she's staying home for a while. So she's in the midst of this and very much isolated. So reaching out is probably a kind thing to do.
When you shared that on Sunday, I just went in church on Sunday. I'm speechless. I don't know what even to say. I have a card, but I don't even know what to write on it.
Yeah. I'm not sure there are words for that circumstance other than we love you and we support you and we're praying for you. I mean, it's unimaginably awful. Vicki Weezer sent an email or a online prayer request today asking prayers for her family on the death of her brother-in-law, Mike. So this is Vicki's sister's husband. And she says, on New Year's Day, after snow blowing his driveway, he died of a massive heart attack at 64. So we are certainly praying for Vicki, for her sister, for the whole Weezer family. Kyle Irwin shared recently that his aunt died over the holidays. Her name was Kay, so we pray for Kyle in the midst of his grief. Nina Fissler lost a really lifelong family friend named Grant. He died of brain cancer over the holiday. But a piece of great joyful news in a way, I think. We have taken under our care now another refugee family, a family of 9 from Afghanistan, I believe, arrives to the area on Thursday. So the refugee task force is very busy this week, getting preparations for them and making their home ready so that we can welcome them in just a couple of days. So I'm really grateful to the task force for all that they're doing and the congregation for supporting them in so many beautiful ways. And we certainly ask prayers for this family that is resettling in an entirely new place into a whole new life. I think that's all that I have. Yeah. Oh, and just because we shared this in church on Sunday, but because he's such a regular attendee of this group, Larry Dagley's nephew passed away on Christmas Day, I think, in the morning. This is Frank Sawyer. He is Larry's nephew, but also a pretty direct peer of Larry, so they were good pals. And we'd been praying for Frank for some time.
Right.
He did pass. So hold Larry in your prayers. I know that he was anticipating that for some time, but it certainly doesn't make it any easier.
No.
I thought an Epiphany prayer might be appropriate this week since Epiphany is on Thursday. So let's pray. Holy God, just like the wise folks who followed the star, we are searching for you. All of our lives, we have been searching for you, seeking you, wanting to know who you are and what you want and what you are about. In some moments, we have entertained deep doubts. Many times we've been confused. And it's easy to feel lost. While we're searching, it might be tempting to give up our search, or to let the darkness of this world encompass us, or to get distracted by the many diversions of the world, the multitude of competing interests that keep our minds and eyes occupied and divert us from keeping our eyes on you. But long ago, those who lived in darkness saw a great light. The people saw the face of God in the face of Jesus. Pagan astrologers were rewarded in their search for you when they saw the glory of God in the face of a child. So help us, Holy God, to keep looking for you ourselves. Help us to see Jesus. Help us to know your heart and have your heart as we encounter him. Help us to keep our gaze fixed on him, to let nothing distract us from following the light and the darkness that we have found. Help us to share the light of Christ in a world full of folks like the Magi, good people who are looking for you in all kinds of ways and places and just need a little help or maybe some community figuring out what it is to walk with Jesus Christ, just as we are figuring that out ourselves every day. Merciful God, we ask that you would heal the sick, comfort those in difficulty, draw those who are lost to you. May your light shine in every dark corner of our hearts and of our world. Amen.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you both. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck in this next week. Keep me posted how your son is doing and what Monday looks like. And we'll be
Well, I don't expect that I'll be here next Tuesday. I'm expecting to still be in the hospital next Tuesday.
All right. Okay. Sounds good.
And
So we'll hope that we don't see her there.
That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. Take care, you two.
Thank you, Emily. You also. You stay safe too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye.